Welcome to the second week of CIS 258 data mining. I wanted to take a few minutes to introduce you to XLMiner as well as the HatSize virtualization software that I'll be using to access it. I want to make sure that you knew about this option in case if any of you are having trouble getting XLMiner to install and load properly with your PCs. There is another option that you can use this semester. So I'm going to show you what this looks like for today. So if you go to Content and go to Week 2, under Due, you'll see that you have homework assignment number 2 is listed. And it's giving you the instructions as well as the data file that you'll be using in XLMiner for this particular problem. When the solution will open up for this once it's due, which is next Tuesday, next Monday. So once that opens up, you'll be able to see the solution. But for right now, you're starting with the data file. If you go under the Due, back up one level, you'll see in here there will be a solution file that opens up at the appropriate time. So first, to show you the HatSize, so let me show you what that looks like. If I go to a new tab and go to hack.hatsize.com and log in, I can show you what this environment looks like. You'll see here I have 2 courses. I'm going to open up the CIS 258. And then I need to select how long of it, because I'm in the instructor mode, select how long I want it to run for this labs. You will just click on it and it'll go in, and then I'm going to click on Start Lab. And it doesn't like that option. Let me try the West. It takes it a couple minutes to load. Again, when you're in with your user ID, which I can get for you if you're interested in this software, you won't have to go through all this. It'll automatically be created for you and available. But it's something that we're trying out at Virtual to see if this makes it easier for students as opposed to installing software yourself. You can just log into this virtual machine and the software will be set up for you. So this is going to take a couple minutes to load. While it's doing that, I'm just going to talk quickly about the assignment. This assignment I've gotten multiple questions in past semesters about, so I wanted to clear up some things while we're waiting. First of all, it's on page 80 of your textbook. It's on the laptop sales. And the question A is asking for a bar chart showing average retail price by store. First of all, you do not need necessarily XLMiner for this part of the problem because you're actually just using pivot tables and bar charts, which is part of regular Excel. So I want to make sure that that's clear to people because they think they need to use XLMiner, and this you actually don't even need XLMiner. But now that we can get into the lab, let me click on that and let it load while we're talking some more. So I'm going to show you how to do the pivot table and do that chart. The second one is a box plot of the retail price that you will be using XLMiner for. And if you've had a chance to watch the videos on XLMiner, you'll see where they talk about these box plots or whisker plots, as they're sometimes called. Okay, so we're now in the HatSize virtual machine. The first thing I want to do is I'm going to go and download the data file that I need. So I'm going to go to ehack.hack.edu and sign into D2L. Put my username in. Actually, I didn't want to hit that, but that's okay. We'll let it load here. You do need to have a pretty fast internet connection for this to work well. You can see up here on the top, it's showing that I have a good internet connection. And if I go to the data mining course and go to Content and go to Week 2, click on the homework assignment, And then I'm going to click on laptop sales January 2008. You can see here it's downloading. And once it's done downloading, I'm going to click on that and open it. It's going to automatically open up in Excel. Click Enable Editing. This is actually a really important part that I want to show you. When you're first looking at a data file, just don't go diving into whatever it is they're asking you to do. I always recommend really kind of looking at the data and getting a sense of what's in here, what are the data, different attributes, what are the data types. I usually, what I like to do is create an Excel table. So I'm going to choose this entire table here, including the data itself and the headers. I've got to go down quite a bit because there is a lot of data in here. And eventually we're going to get down . And you can see that there is almost 8,000 records, 7,957 rows of data. So I'm going to insert a table. And you can see here, because I selected it, it's already got the range in here, A1, all the way down to 7,957, which is correct. My table has headers, yes. Hopefully you've seen this in other courses. I'm also going to sort right now by store code. And we're going to get a sense of how many transactions there are. If you scroll through this, you'll see how many transactions there are per store. You can even just select a store to get a sense. You could add a total row here. And we could do a count. And I know this is hard for you to see right now because I need to move this down. It's 210 for that particular store. So this is something that you should be doing before you start any kind of data mining. Just get a sense of like what is in here exactly, so we can look at all the different attributes. We can see we have the hard drive size for the laptops. Did they have bundled applications or not? The operating, this says OS X and OS Y, OS X store and OS Y store. That I'm not sure exactly what that means, but again, that's all part of the first exploratory process of data mining. So from here, what we're going to do is we're going to click on, I'm going to first not filter this, so I'm going to bring this back so it's not filtered. And we're going to do insert pivot table. We're going to select a range because we don't want the entire table. For this first question, we're just looking at the store and what was purchased. And click OK. It's going to go into a new worksheet. I'm going to choose both of these. And you can see what it's doing. It's giving me, by default, the sum, and we actually need the average. So I'm going to click down here and choose Value Field Settings and change it to Average. And you'll see now that it's showing me all of the stores listed with the average retail price for the laptops that they're selling. So from here, you would do a pivot chart. And we're doing a column. You could do, I don't know if you want stacked. I think you want this particular one. You can play around with the different ones and see which one you prefer that gives you the data you need, but you should have something that looks like this that's showing all the different stores and the average retail price. So that's how you do the first question. So basically giving you the answer for that. The second one, you're going to be creating side-by-side box plots of the retail price by store. If you need help with any of the Excel Miner capabilities, in one of the videos they had shown you about going into this help file, and you can search in here on box plots, and they have a whole introduction on this that shows you how to, there's the box whisperer, and it explains how that works and what it means and what the data means, and you can go through and find more information if you are having problems creating that chart. So this is your basic intro into the Excel Miner. We're going to be doing more of this in coming weeks, but this just kind of gets you have it installed on your computer, as well as go in and kind of play around with it a little bit. If you need other questions answered regarding the homework, please feel free to either email me or post on the Ask the Professor board. I'll be happy to help you with this. But hopefully this demo here is going to help you with the homework this week. And again, if you're having any problems with installing Excel Miner and getting it to work, then please let me know and I'll be happy to get you access to HatSize. I would ask that if you do end up using HatSize, that I'm going to probably be asking you for your feedback. I'm going to need to know how well it worked for you. Did you have any technical issues or bandwidth issues as you're using the software, since this is a pilot for us at Virtual. But I'd be happy to work with you to get this access. I hope you have a good week. I hope you're learning a lot on data visualization this week and the other topics that are in this chapter. And I'll see you online soon. Have a good week.